great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40.
Here we go.
Has it left side. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 37. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Bears will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Allen off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Za'Darius Smith charging hard for that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action. Now it's Allen. This one caught by Kittle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big pickup at 38.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield. A combination of talent and toughness to go.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Chase Edmonds, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On the set.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, tell all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always found myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Asante Samuel Jr. that time up to make the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them
try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Lions are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Set, hut. On the ball. On the ball.
Tua going to run the sneak, and he is going to have a Lions first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On play action, here's Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Asante Samuel able to make the play defensively.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 41, Allen. And that is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. To throw, it's Allen. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. 20. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Williams again, trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. Williams stopped up short of the goal line on 4th down. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Devin Lloyd came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On play action, Allen. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they work this out past the 25. 22 yards there, a 1st down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So if we've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Allen. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs. And the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Another carry now for Edmonds. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now Allen. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen on the move to his... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On third and long, it's Allen eluding the pressure right. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and the lead will hold at 10.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua finding Williams on the check down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. So after the INT, it's Allen. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Play action, Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Another try after the first down sack. Allen winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Now the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Okay, ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
As a quarterback, you got to be cautious. You got to understand where the pressure is going to come from. This time, it's a cornerback coming after him. And this time, the cornerback just a bit late getting to him. The penalty assessed.
On first down, Tagovailoa caught left side, Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by Pierce. Touchdown! Alec Pierce, 34 yards. And the Lions are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all four quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Looking to pass, Tua. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua slings this deep from McLaurin. And now here's another interception. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, he's airing it out for Williams. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Tua sets up to pass it. Zach Ertz has it complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Tua now on 1st down. Quick slant caught by Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Tua to throw again. He's got a man, complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. Alec Pierce, his second touchdown of the night. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Zerline connects on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Allen off the play fake. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Lions are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. George Kittle from 6 yards away. And the Bears are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. The point after is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made, and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
2 and now on first down. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their
You a fucking cheat. You are a fucking cheat. And you know what I'm talking about. You are a cheat.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here.
Big time cheat move. You exploit the game for the glitches. You are a cheat, Bacon. You stopped there. No, you stopped in front of me on purpose. You stopped in front of me. You stopped in front of my receiver on purpose. You stopped. Oh, my God. Number 55? I'm recording it. Number 55. Number 55. That wasn't no jump. That was he purposely slowed me down.
I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back off the line.
You purposely slowed me down.
The defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to
look. I didn't do that. The game did that. You see what I'm talking about? I'm done. I quit. I'm backing out. I'm closing that. I'm just kidding. This is some bullshit.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense.
Purposely closed up in front of me. What a cheap move. What a cheap move. Look at these fucking idiots swatting instead of intercepting. What a cheap move. That should have been a pick 6 last run. I don't know why he swatted it.
Keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short look.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions now going to use the second of their time.
That was such a cheap move. That was a cheap. That was so cheap, Bacon. So cheap. No, I didn't do that. The game did it.
Interception earlier in this contest.
It sure looked like you did.
Campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
Shut up. Well, there you go. That's bullshit.
Picked up by Eli Apple. And the Lions are going to have great field position here as this is returned.
I said, this little cheap ass nigga.
Frank CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time.
Look at that shit. Look at this.
Told me he was in a game.
Nigga, stop. Stop it.
7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive
stop.
Went to the quarterback said, "Here's what you do.
Stop. Stop it, Bacon. Stop it. Stop.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another
bullshit.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the ball. If they had designs of wiggling their way back in.
You know, your boosted ass team.
Right there.
To put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit.
Your team is boosted, you know it.
Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero.
Didn't turn out that way. Bacon, you look at your team compared to everybody else's. Let's look at them. There we go. I made trades. There we go. I made trades.
Prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Okay. Well, CD, this is the ideal situation. The fourth quarter, you come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfort. He's got
boosted. Boosted. Boosted.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Boosted, James. I don't care about these old Like I don't care after a certain point. This is boosting. Your team is boosting. You know it.
Play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
You know it. It's okay. Huh?
No problem there on the extra.
Me and who?
And the lead is now 24.
I'm worse than who? Why? What'd he say? He talking about your booster team too? Did he talk about your booster team too?
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Me and Gotti the only one that know that pays attention. These other young niggas.
Kick off their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't.
Look at this shit.
My goodness, another interception. And the Bears are going to take possession of the
Weddle is old. Weddle ain't nobody.
He's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles.
Weddle ain't nobody.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an
You
individual.
keep saying Weddle like Weddle is somebody big.
He's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air.
You say Weddle like Weddle somebody big.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just
Boosted team. Boosted. You ignorant, dude. You should have shut that. Boosted team.
Irresistible subs. The most epic sandwich roster ever created. It's Subway's biggest refresh yet.
I love Montana, but I'm doing this for our family.
Ruin them, starting with her.
Signing this is a declaration of war. We're already at war.
Welcome to East New York.
A new East New York, tonight after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Jamal Williams joining some elite company. He's just tied the franchise record for most rushing touchdowns through the first 7 games of a season. That was his 7th. Barry Sanders did it in 1991, and Billy Sims did it twice. So 7 rushing touchdowns for Jamal. Only Nick Chubb has more this year with 8. Raheem Mostert is back deep to receive the kickoff from Jack Fox. And this will be a touchback. So Tua Tagovailoa, who missed 2 games after suffering a concussion against Cincinnati on September 29th, back on the field last week at home against Pittsburgh. 261 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions, and 2 times he was running the ball and took a shot, and that's something that the coaches don't want him to do, something that he talked to us about last night, the balance between fighting for extra yards and not getting hurt, something to keep an eye on today, with Mostert starting at running back. Here's a handoff. Mostert has some room up the middle, and then takes a big hit at the 36. By Jeff Okudah, but not before Mostert rushes for 12 yards and a first down.
A little bit of misdirection on this handoff because it looks like he had wanted to go to the left, cuts back to the right once he sees Detroit kind of over-shifting in that direction. So great job by Mostert, who's known as a speed back, using his eyes to guide him.
So he's a little shaken up on the sideline. So Chase Edmonds in at running back. Play action, Tua on the move, and he's got his first completion today. That's Alec Ingold, the fullback, with his 6th catch of the day. Mike McDaniel calls the plays for this Miami offense, and they use shift or motion on 82% of their plays, which leads the NFL. And when we told McDaniel that last night, he said, I'm not surprised. It's the way I see offense. So you'll constantly today see guys moving all around pre-snap for the Dolphins. And there goes Trent Sherfield. Pitch to Edmonds, running right. With Shell blocking in front, Edmonds picks up the first down. Nudged out of bounds by Oruwariye. Lions missing a key piece defensively today as starting safety Deshaun Elliott is not able to go because of a finger injury. So the third-year man out of Fresno State, Juju Hughes, gets to start. You see Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator for Detroit. There's Mostert, who was shaken up after that first down run and now sitting on the Miami bench. Ingold in motion on first down and 10. Tua in trouble, and down he goes. That is Malcolm Rodriguez with his first NFL sack.
You know, when you think of defensive players, you think of them trying to overpower an offensive lineman. Well, this time you get them with the scheme. You get 3 guys to one side, they're slanting in that direction, the guard steps down, and there's a huge hole for Malcolm Rodriguez to run through. And all he has to do is be under control when he gets to the quarterback so he can wrap him up.
A loss of 8 on the play. Miami did not allow a sack last week against Pittsburgh. They give up one early here in the first quarter today. Tua to Jalen Waddle. And he cannot get away from Juju Hughes. We just talked about Hughes starting for the injured Deshaun Elliott, his first NFL start.
And when they talked to us about Juju Hughes, they said, yeah, Deshaun Elliott, he's a thumper. He's a big safety. He said, you, not as big, not as fast, but a very smart player. And that time, a great tackle out in the open field.
Hughes played collegiately at Fresno State. He was undrafted in 2020 and hooked on with the Rams before joining Detroit. 3rd down and 14. Quick pass, trying to get Tyreek Hill in space across midfield and dragged down at the 44-yard line, loses his helmet along the way, and he's 4 yards.
Oh my God.
Yards of field position. So for the Miami Dolphins, they're thinking, hey, we could gain 4 yards. We could do that almost anywhere on the foot.
Oh, man.
This is what you're supposed to do.
4 for 9 on 4th down this year. They have to get to the 40-yard line.
Looks like man-to-man coverage with a 2-deep shell.
McDaniel in Miami.
Well, I was down on the field before the game, and I was talking to Dan Marino, who knows a little bit about quarterbacking. And I asked him about Waddle because he said last year Waddle, 104 receptions, under 10 yards per catch. I said, he seems like such an explosive guy. He's got a lot of balls at 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Marino said, because he is consistent. That's the guy you want to throw to in clutch situations.
Wide receivers coach Wes Welker, a big part of that improvement as well. You saw him just there. To a wide open Braylon Sanders, and the ball comes out. Scooped up by Rodriguez. Kirby Joseph forced the fumble. Braylon Sanders playing in his first NFL game, and he coughs it up for Miami.
Andrew, when you're wide open going down the seam, you got to understand there are going to be guys closing on you, and you're going to take that big, big hit. Boy, that's a tough one for the Dolphins moving the ball.
Sonic's 2 for $5 menu, you get 2 delicious things for only $5, which is helpful if you struggle with.
Let's go, Detroit. I know I picked y'all. I know I picked the Lions. I know I picked my Lions. Oh, my God. I better have. You gotta always pick the Lions. Always pick the Lions, Robert. Always pick the Lions. Always pick the Lions. Fuck, I didn't pick the Lions. Oh, my God. Shit. Oh, my God. Always pick the Lions. Always pick the Lions.
Come on, I saw you eyeing these scones earlier. Huh? Huh?
All right.
You get it.